Hi everyone, this is Andy Paxton, number 13 driver for Senna GP in the Skoda Cup Championship. It's going to take you through my 2 laps of my Heat 2 race at Rockingham at BTCC. On the starting grid now, just waiting for the lights. Green lights and we're going. I had a fairly good start, a little bit too much wheel spin for my like. Not the best start I had. The best start I had was at Donington, where it was just phenomenal starts all the time. Paul Todd just in front of me, Craig Sharp again, 2 teammates. Just gave Craig a little tap there, a little bit slower than me on that part of the circuit, which allows Paul to pull away. But as you can see on left hand side, Craig just got it totally wrong and went hell of a lot wide, which left the door wide open for me to move up into second place after turn 1. So I'm catching up with Steve Steve Pearce coming into turn 2. Cutting a little bit, but got a little tap. I think I would have had gave me a bit more better drive than Steve out of turn 2, which could allow me to make the overtake, but unfortunately tap from behind pushed me out a little bit wide, so I had to take it cautious. Coming in, just going through the first quick part of the circuit on the back section of the course where it's tight and narrow, staying up behind Steve, dropping down to 4th gear for the next corner on the curb way too much there, which allows time for the people behind to catch up. But this seems my favourite corner of the circuit. Gained a lot of time on Steve here, but then he pulled away a bit. But the drive I had coming out the corner was just absolutely fantastic. I was very happy with that, which again, good drive, but he forced me out wide for the next corner, which I knew not the best place to be unless you can make the move on the outside, which unfortunately I couldn't in this part. But managed to get a little bit good drive, but Steve just managed to have a little bit extra grip coming out the corner. But I knew I was a little bit better on the brakes, make sure I get the right side of Stephen for the next time I tried, and luckily for me it happened on lap 2. So I finished lap 1 going on to lap 2. This is where I managed to take first place off Steve Pearce coming into the race, but I knew it was a make or break at this time before my tyres totally warmed up. Steve broke a little bit earlier, forced me down low to drop down to take curb on that part of the circuit, which ideally you don't really want to take a bit of curb on, because it does put you off a little bit, which again gives me a bit of a better drive, but forced me out that little bit wide, so I couldn't make the move. Steve Pearce is one of the hardest guys I've had to overtake at TRM racing. But again, coming on, Steve just managed to pull away a little bit there. I was on that part, but he got a slightly wide, but allowed me to gain on him a bit, and just trying to get into a slipstream for a bit to get me down to the next part. Fast corner again, 4th gear corner, not many cars doing it. It was dropping down to 3rd, coming up to the very tight one again, up the 5th, dropping right down to 2nd. Again, gained a lot of time on Steve, a bit more than the last lap this time. Stayed right up with Steve coming into the S-bends now. I knew this had to be my lap, and just depends where he broke. I moved out early so Steve could see where I was going, and he broke very early, which allowed me to go on the brakes later to make the overtake for the lead. After the overtake, I knew then one of my teammates was behind Steve Pearce, and good 2 to 3 clean laps, and it would have gave me a good gap on the lead. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That's 2 laps from Rube, Randy. See you next time.